Greetings, Greetings, loyal subscribers and honoured guests. Well, I'm doing this again this week. I was supposed to be launching my Season 2 of the Compilation Station 64, looking at the Quattro collections by Codemasters, but I need a bit more time to prepare that, really, and something else came in that I actually forgot that I'd ordered some time ago, which was Sega Powered, the new issue, and this one is special because it came with a brand new Dreamcast demo disc, the first one that they've done. The fact that they've numbered it suggests that they'll carry on doing this, which is quite exciting. So I'm doing this special potentially one-off episode because I don't know whether I'll be able to afford to keep buying all these magazines every time they come out. They're quite expensive, really. But anyway, this is looking at this brand new demo disc, which has got 4 playable demos on it, and then a few videos. Some of the videos are repeats of the playable games. But it was good fun firing up the old Dreamcast and checking these games out. I have turned up the volume a little bit on the games compared to the PS2 video, because you couldn't really hear most of the game audio, so I boosted it a bit, so hopefully you can still hear me talk on this. We'll see how it goes, but it should be better overall. But I thought this worked quite well last time, so I thought I'd do it again. Of course, Teddy is blocking the camera now, but that's alright. People quite like him. So I'm going to start playing the footage of the first game, and let's see what's on this disc. I think Wave Studio, who published these games physically, helped out making this disc, so all the games are theirs basically. So that's probably what's going to happen in the future as well. But if that is the case, then I don't see these demo discs happening every issue, because they haven't got enough games coming out to be able to do that. But anyway, this is Shadow Gangs, which is a spiritual sort of follow-up to something like Shinobi. It does remind me of Shinobi in gameplay. Very much the sort of platform game where you had to rescue hostages and you could jump between different levels, and you get ninja magic and upgrade your guy. I think he's going to put his ninja suit on now. I went for the blue one, but there's also red and black, and I've upgraded my standard shurikens to guns now, and you jump up behind those beefy boys and slash them in the back and kill them, and then rescue the hostage. I enjoyed this video. I have seen Joe Redifer review this on one of his GameSack videos, and he had a few reservations about it that held it back a bit, I think. But I think this looks really good on the Dreamcast. This is actually running through a Keiko HDMI adapter that I've got. So it is in HDMI, and making use of the Dreamcast's VGA output. So it does look almost as good as any other console would, really. But this is available on Steam, and it is also available on the Xbox One and the Switch, I believe. So I am tempted to, having played this now, get the Steam version, because I'm expecting a Steam Deck this week to turn up, and this would be a nice game to play on it, I think. Or I might at least put it on my wish list on Steam and see if it gets a sale at some point. But based on this demo level alone, I'm really liking what I see. But of course, we don't really know what later levels are like. They're bound to get much more difficult. I found the difficulty nice and manageable of this. Of course, as well as Sega games, it also reminded me a little bit of Data East coin-ops, like Dragon Ninja was a bit in a similar style to this. I'm really not sure why there's a random bull in the middle of the street which seems to be frozen, unless it's a statue. I don't know if this is supposed to be a particular city and there's a bull statue like that, or if it is just a random bull that's in the middle of the city. But I never really used any ninja magical mines or anything in my playthrough. I sort of forgot they were there really, but if you pull the left trigger or the right trigger, then you can activate your ninja magic. This guy Colin looks very similar to something like Grey Fox in the Metal Gear Solid games, and then I managed to get myself killed there, which is a bit embarrassing. This is actually my second time playing through this demo, because the first time I played it, my Ava Media Portable didn't capture any sound. It's got an annoying habit of losing the sound sometimes, especially if you connect something else, a different HDMI device. And it did it, and I played back the footage to see what it was like, and of course it was completely without sound, so I thought that sucked a little bit, so I went back and captured it again, and didn't play as well as I did the first time, which was typical. But yeah, you can see that mask power up gives you your ninja suit back. So yeah, I'm really impressed with how well this runs on the Dreamcast. If you play Dreamcast games through HDMI, then they still feel sort of just as modern as any other game launched today, but on hardware from sort of 1999. It's astounding, really. But yeah, the Dreamcast is an awesome machine, so we shouldn't be too surprised, really, that it can do this sort of thing. We're on to game 2 now, and this is also one that I would like to pick up on Steam potentially. It is available on all different platforms again, and it's a platformer called Intrepid Izzy, and it incorporates sort of beat 'em up controls. If you've got power in your meter, for example, and you do a Hadouken maneuver, and like in Street Fighter, you actually will do a fireball, which is cool. And there's a combo system, which I didn't really manage to do in my time playing the game, because I was still getting used to it. But in the video clip a bit further into this, you'll see that you get some bonuses, and if you do large combos. But this is another game with really nice, crisp HD graphics if played over HDMI, and it controls really well. And I think personally this is more my sort of speed, really, because I can see Shadow Gangs getting quite challenging, and I'm not really sure I've got the patience anymore for super challenging games like that, and unless it can be turned down to easy and you can crank up the lives and stuff, then it would be alright. But the challenge level of an Intrepid Izzy seems about right for my reaction times these days. The initial load is a bit long, you can see, but once it gets past this, there's no issue really. These games were making my Dreamcast drive a bit noisy, which is a bit worrying, but I doubt it's going to do it any real damage. It is a properly burnt pressed disc, I should say, so it's not going to cause issues with your laser, I shouldn't think. I like the little slimes with wearing the fezzes. Those purple crystals are what give you meter, which let you do the fireball and stuff like that. So yeah, as you can see, it's another really nice looking 2D game. There aren't really many 3D games that come along very often on the Dreamcast anymore, but Wave do have one on their website, which might be on a future demo disc, I guess, but there's a video of it later. But anyway, getting back to this game, It's really good fun. Yeah, every so often the walls come down and you get these fighting challenges. These scorpions can be annoying. You want to watch out for them. But the slime guys are pretty easy to beat. They're your standard enemy, really. Yeah, sushi roll gives you a bit of health back. Yeah, I've seen people like Radical Reggie recommend this game before, but this is my first time really checking it out, to be honest. And I like it. It's not quite. It's not really a Metroidvania, although the levels do have sort of maps and backtracking a little bit. It's not a big overworld like a Metroidvania games. They're still self-contained levels, really, so it's a bit more manageable than those games for me, anyway. Yeah, I would like to play some more. It's about 15 quid on Steam at the moment, because I looked it up just before starting to record this, and that's a little bit expensive. I have to be careful how much money I spend with the energy prices going up. So I will add it to my wish list and hope for a sale. Maybe it will come up on the Switch instead, on one of their sales, because the Switch has become a really good indie machine as well. So here, this is teaching you about the fireball manoeuvre, really. That purple flame fills up your meter, and then you need to do a fireball to destroy that box. I was not doing very well at pulling it off, but I finally managed it. And also another thing I'm using to play my Dreamcast, which is really cool, is a Brook adapter that lets you wirelessly connect modern controllers to it. So I've got a Xbox Elite controller Series 2, and I connect that to the Brook, and I'm playing the Dreamcast with the Xbox controller, which is good because it feels really responsive and still has the rumble and everything. It's fantastic, really, that you can have wireless controllers on the Dreamcast with the Brook device. I'd recommend it. So I think I've lost track where we are. I think we're on the hunt for a key at the moment, and then we can go back and open up the other door. That enemy looked like a kiwi with teeth. Oh yeah, there's another challenge room now. As this is sort of just the first level and it's the demo, these aren't particularly challenging. I don't know if you get other combo moves, other special moves later. I expect so, to keep the variety going. Is this the key? Yes. So now you backtrack to the other section of the level, essentially, and I was bringing up the map there. Yeah, so you can see you've got a map, but they are still fairly small levels, really. So I've just got to go back to where I came from, open up the door, and then there's a boss battle, which I failed on the first time. I know I'm giving spoilers on my own video, but it wasn't a particularly difficult boss. I just messed it up. So we'll see in a minute. I think I was trying to pull off the fireball and fluffed it and got killed. I just wasn't paying enough attention to the boss's attack patterns, really. But we're nearly there. Oh. Kill the kiwi monster. Get a health back. That was good. It's just down here. Yeah, and this boss creature is really good. It's nice big clear sprites. I really would like to get this game. Ideally, I would get the Dreamcast version, but they're like $29.99 or 35 quid, which is a bit steep, to be honest, at the moment. So I think possibly the Steam or the Switch versions are the best option for me. But hey, it's all supporting the developer in the long run, isn't it? So, and hopefully, I know I've got hardly anyone who watched these videos, but if someone does see this and think this game looks cool and checks it out as a result of this video, then that's I'll be quite happy with that as well. So, I think I'll get most of the way towards killing him and then just mess it up right at the end, annoyingly. So, is this when I'm trying to... Yeah. I was trying to get ready to do a fireball when I just got hit. So, once the level's loaded and you come back in like that, you can see it's doesn't need to load the whole level again, which is nice. So, here's attempt number 2 at the boss. Let's kick his ass this time. You don't really need to do the fireball if you're getting close and punch him, but regardless, it does do more damage, I think, if you do the fireball. So, Cuphead, this is not in terms of challenge. It's pretty simple, really, but it's a nice, fun, fairly casual platformer, I think. And it runs absolutely perfectly. There's no slowdown or hitches of any kind. It's a really slick, professional game that you would have thought had been released for real on the console back in the day. And that's the great thing about homebrew these days on machines like the Dreamcast and the Commodore 64 and the Amiga, is that people are making amazing games with today's design sensibilities, but on classic hardware. It's like the best of both worlds, really. You've got the retro nostalgic feeling of playing on the old hardware, but the brand new games that are better designed than the old classics. So I've got a confession now. This is Flea, and this is on the demo disc, of course, selecting it, but this footage that you're going to see isn't actually from the Dreamcast disc. I couldn't get the picture to come up because I suspect that Flea doesn't support VGA mode, which isn't the fault of the game, really. It's just the way it was made, but because I'm playing this through HDMI, I can't get any picture. So, confession, this is actually from the Evercade version of Flea, which is the full version, but I've just sort of played until I thought it would make sense for a demo to end, which is at the end of the first boss stage, really. So I've had this Indie Heroes collection since it came out, really, on the Evercade, but I haven't really messed around with Flea because it always looked like the sort of game that gets really difficult later on, and yeah, it can be challenging, yes. Look, checking the controls there. Yes, it can be challenging, that's for sure, but it does give you a lot of lives to begin with, so you can at least learn how the game works and make progress. And basically, because you're a Flea, he's constantly jumping, but if you press one of the buttons you can jump lower, so that's what you need to do to get through lower gaps like that. You need to press the button that makes you jump lower so that you fit through the gaps and you don't get killed on those spikes. And of course your objective is to collect the blood and make your way through the game. I don't think you have to collect every single blood in the game. It's probably something that gives you extra lives, I would have thought. I don't know, really. But I tried to collect every blood on every screen while I was playing it here. I think I did end up missing one at some point because it was just winding me up a bit to try and get it. You can see I haven't really sussed out the game yet, and I'm still dying a lot. Oh, so I do need to make. Need to make. And then I pause it there. So let me skip ahead. There we go. I can't remember why I had to pause it there. I think someone came round and I had to stop briefly. But yeah. Anyway, it's had a follow-up, which was Game of the Month, which was Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, which is really cool as well. And that one's going to be on Indie Heroes 2 eventually. Not too long before that comes out, really. I think it'll probably go on pre-order fairly soon. But yeah, this first game is worth a look. I didn't really check how much this would cost on Steam because I already owned it, so it's not really an issue for me. But these little guys give you a load more lives. You see, I touched him and my lives went up to 40 there. Oh, well, that's what happens. You give them the blood you've collected, and they give you lives. So that's the point of the blood, really, is to keep you supplied in lives between checkpoints. I get it now. So here you have to make use of the low jump button. I think it's level 10. After level 10, you get the boss stage. And I don't really know how many levels there are in total. I would guess, but I don't want to get it wildly wrong. But none of the games in Indie Heroes Collection 1 are massively long, I have to say. That's one of the people's criticisms about it, that all the games are only an hour or two long, and they don't have much replay value. But it's still a good fun collection nonetheless, and it's cheap. All the Evercade cartridges are cheap, to be honest, so you do get your money's worth, I think. And it's brand new games as opposed to retro games that we've all seen elsewhere, which is the cool thing. There's another blob. He's going to give us more lives, and here's the boss. So it takes me quite a few attempts to get through this because I'm crap at the game at the moment. But we do prevail eventually, and yeah, then that's the end of the demo. Well, I'm assuming that would be where the demo ended if this was the demo version. That's where I'm cutting it off anyway, because we don't want this to go on too long. We've got one more demo to come after this, and then the videos. I've decided not to split this one up, even though it is going to be quite long. I thought we'll just do it all as one video, because the video clips aren't very long on this. So I do still have plans to do this for one of the Xbox games, Xbox discs, but I just need to find the time to play through all the demos and capture the footage, and sometimes that can be trickier than it should be if the sound doesn't capture, because I would like there to be audio ideally in the background to make it more interesting for you to watch. So that'll be coming eventually, probably in 2 parts, but I have got some content that I need to get to. I've been promising the compilation station series that will start, so I need to do that. And I've also got a couple of reviews that I need to write for Eternal Darkness on the GameCube, and for Nostalgia on the DS. I still need to write the review for that and put the video together, which I am intending to do. But anyway, that's the end of Flea, I believe. Yeah, so here's the final demo. This is called Driving Strikers, and this is a very early version. I think it's not finished or polished really, so we have to bear that in mind. But this is sort of like a version of Rocket League, but a bit more basic like that. It's just sort of car football, to be honest. And yeah, it's a little bit rough at the moment, but like I said, and like it says there, this isn't the final version, so it's they're still working on it. It could potentially be fun, and I think on one of these loading screens it says that This is going to be the first online game on the Dreamcast since 2001 or something. I might be way off then. So, but anyway, it's one of the first online games for a long time. It is still playing. I had to check there, but I think it's long load times. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Yeah, so here we go. So the frame rate's a bit juddery, and the controls are a bit finicky, and there's no real sound. There's music, but the sound is pretty absent, really. I did manage to score a goal after quite a lot of faffing about, but then handily my CPU partner scored 2 own goals and lost me the match, so that was great. But I can see this one being a bit of fun, played with someone together on the couch with you. It does support 4 players as well, or the online mode. I'm not entirely sure how that works these days. Do you need to enter a particular IP probably to get access to a private server? I would imagine. I don't really know anything about that, but here we go. I scored the goal, but then it all goes wrong after that point, and my over enthusiastic partner manages to knock the ball in our own goal a couple of times. Came close to a second goal there, but it just didn't go in. But we are managing to keep it up their end quite a lot. But is this where it goes wrong? I think so. Well, no, not quite. But the ball starts heading in our goal's direction, and before I can rescue it, he's knocked it in. So it's a bit rough at the moment. The water's static, as you can see. I don't know if there's going to be other arenas. Here we go. This is where he knocks it in. Tosser. I don't know if there's going to be other arenas. I would imagine so. This Blue Sky Beach one is alright, but could do with a bit more variety. And maybe some power-ups as well would make it more fun. But that could be on the cards for the full game. I don't know. He's going to knock it in again. He got in my way there and prevented me from reaching the ball, really. So it's all over after that, really. No coming back from 2-1, which is annoying. But anyway, it was fun for a few minutes to muck around with. Yeah, so keep an eye on that, and we'll see how the final game turns out once it's been polished a bit more. But yeah, after that it's the videos, and a couple of these are games that we've already seen, but we get to see a little bit more of them. The quality on these videos isn't very good. They're pretty blurry. This is Xenocider, which is the 3D game that I was talking about. This could be cool. It's sort of inspired by classic Space Harrier, and but it's I think again Joe Redifer has looked at it, because he looked at all these new games for old platforms, sort of things, and he said this is a bit rough in places, but it can be fun, but the graphics aren't entirely polished. It looks good here, but I don't know if this is actually the Dreamcast version being shown off, or if it's a PC version. But that would be one I'd like to check out. Hopefully we'll see a demo of Xenocide on a future Coverdisc, because that would make a good demo, I think. What have we got next? Okay, it was a bit annoying that it boots you back to the main screen every time you watch one of these videos. If I could offer any feedback, it would be go back to the trailer's screen where you left it, and don't dump you out here. So here's more Flea footage. But yeah, we know what this is really. Yeah, it looks like it gets pretty fiendish later on. 80 levels it says. So if you were good at it, I'd imagine 80 levels doesn't take you a huge amount of time. But if you're crap like me, then that could take a while and get pretty frustrating. And it looks like there's all sorts of visual filters that you can turn on as well, different colour schemes. So yeah, Flea's a good game. I would recommend it if you've got the patience, but I'm not sure I necessarily do have the patience. Anyway, I think there's another Intrepid Izzy video now. Is that? Yeah, Intrepid Izzy again. And this video looks cool because there's all sorts of suits that you can get, giving you different abilities. There's sort of a ninja suit there, and I don't know what the other one was, a barbarian or something. But yeah, so there's all sorts of other costumes and abilities you get hold of. So it looks like it gets quite interesting. I shall definitely have to check this one out. I think it would be the ideal sort of handheld game on a Steam Deck or a Switch. That looks like further into the same level that I was playing. Yeah, there's some light puzzle elements, but nothing too taxing, I don't think. Oh. And decent checkpoints, I think, so not too frustrating. And she's got 6 hearts on there, so looks like you can improve your character. Unless that's on an easy level. I don't know. If there's an easy setting that gives you more hearts, maybe. But yeah, I really like that game. I want to play some more of that. And I can't remember what the last video is now, but we'll find out in a sec. Rush Rush Rally Reloaded. Now, I have played Rush Rush Rally and I really wanted to like it, but it's punishingly difficult. I cannot make any progress in the single player mode, so it just ends up being frustrating. I think it's too zoomed in and too fast, partly, and also the criteria for progressing onto the next race is too tight. I think you have to come first, from what I remember, and that's just too difficult. So it'd be better if you could do a whole cup and you move on based on your performance of points you score overall, rather than just being stuck on the same 1 or 2 tracks forever. So yeah, I really wanted to like Rush Rush Rally, but I don't. I don't think the reloaded version changes it much. So anyway, that's the end of this Sega Powered demo disc. So might do this again if they sell more in the future, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to buy every one that they do. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please give me your feedback on these Coverdisc Chaos episodes, and if you think they're any good and you want to see more of them, because that will let me know whether I'm on the right track, really. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it this time. So Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video, which will probably be Compilation Station 64. And in the meantime, take care.